I was working on the other side of the layout when I heard it. That unmistakable sound of a derailment. I came over to find my engine on the siding and the cars on the ground. That's when I saw it. The rail on the switch had literally busted out of the ties. This switch has been bulletproof for years, so what happened? Hi everyone, Fran here from the 5-Minute Modeler. In 40 years of modeling, I've never had a switch fail like this. Look at that curve, so far over that the switch wouldn't stay closed. It looked like the switch was toast, so it's time for a replacement. I used Peco switches, and luckily I had a spare. Removing the old switch meant sliding back the joiners, or at least trying to. One was soldered, so out came the Dremel and the soldering iron to clear the way. With the switch removed, I scraped away ballast and vacuumed up any debris to provide a clean surface for the new switch. My layout is point-to-point, and I use Peco Insulfrog turnouts. I also have a few Electrofrogs, but if I use one by mistake, I'll create a short circuit. So how do you tell the difference? The easiest way, if you don't have the box, is that the Electrofrog has the shiny metal frog. The Insulfrog is a black plastic frog. Don't try to mix and match them. Fortunately, I had this switch still in the box, so it's brand new. Sort of, but look at that date, 1977. That's the year I graduated high school. I just bought this in the last few months. Before the new switch goes in, I'm painting the rails with slightly diluted burnt umber craft paint. I test fit the rail joiners first to make sure they'll slide smoothly once the switch is in place. I start with the diverging ends, putting joiners on all 4 legs. Then, starting with the lower rail, I slide the joiner partially into the correct rail. I then slide the next rail in, moving up until all 4 ends are connected. With all 4 ends connected, I slide the switch to tighten up the joints. On the incoming end, I used a file to clean up the end of the track where the soldered joiner was. After sliding the joiners onto the mainline track, I aligned the rails of the switch and slid the joiners into the switch rails. For ballast, I decided to experiment with the Arizona Rock and Mineral ballast that I used in the last episode. I strained the ballast through a fine mesh sieve and then laid it down, spreading it out as I did previously. After the glue had set up for a bit but was still damp, I dusted on some of the Arizona Rock and Mineral ballast to see if it would retain its color when the glue came up from underneath. Surprisingly, it did, and you can see that it matches pretty well to the Woodland Scenics ballast on the layout. So, what killed the switch? It goes back to something I mentioned in a previous episode. Humidity. We've had a massive cold snap here, and the air got incredibly dry. The layout contracted, the gaps closed up, and the pressure found the weakest link. The shocker, when I pulled the switch out, the rail snapped right back into place. It's actually still usable. And Mother Nature can be tough on a layout, but knowing how to troubleshoot keeps the trains running. Thanks for all your comments on my previous video. Hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I'll see you next time on the 5-Minute Modeler.